Now we will see the unlawful harassment. The next category of intentional tort is unlawful harassment. Harassment means किसी को परेशान करना. Giving means we can say that creating such a condition that somebody is mentally and physically scared of you. That is called as harassment. So doing anything which is against law, doing any activity which is against law, which accounts for somebody to be scared, is called as unlawful harassment. And last is invasion of privacy. The last type of intentional tort is invasion of privacy. Clicking photographs of somebody's private moments, or involving in somebody's family matters, or going into personal life. All these things come into invasion of privacy. Now the second category, after the intentional torts will come the negligence torts. Negligence torts क्या होते हैं? Means here see, in the intentional tort it was understood that wrong has been done intentionally. वो इंटेंशनली किया गया, जानबूझकर किसी को नुकसान पहुंचाने के लिए जब हम कोई काम करते हैं तो उसको हम कहते हैं इंटेंशनल. दैट इज intentional tort. Here it is negligence. Negligence means you have not done it intentionally or on a purpose. आपने पर्पस से नहीं किया है, ठीक है, आपने कोशिश नहीं की है कि हम किसी को नुकसान पहुंचाएं, बट आपसे लापरवाही हुई है. नेग्लिजेंस का मतलब क्या होता है? लापरवाही. इट वॉज सपोज्ड, इट वॉज एक्सपेक्टेड फ्रॉम यू दैट दिस टाइप ऑफ wrong activity will not happen, but due to your negligence that has happened. ठीक है, तो ऐसी कोई भी गलती होती है, एनी काइंड ऑफ मिस्टेक ऑफ दिस कैटेगरी is categorized as tort of negligence. Now follow the cursor. Generally, in order to argue successfully that the defendant has been negligent, the victim or the claimant must establish 3 elements against the defendant in a tort of negligence case. अब ये जब कोर्ट में, जैसे इन द इंटेंशनल tort I told you that the claimant must prove that it was intentional and it was on purpose, then only it will be termed as intentional tort. Here in negligence cause there are 3 elements which are supposed to be proved by the claimant. Claimant को 3 चीज़ें ज़रूर प्रूव करनी पड़ेंगी. What is first? The defendant owes a duty of care to the victim. A duty of care owes a duty of care means care के साथ काम करने की ज़रूरत थी और वो काम नहीं किया डिफेंडेंट ने. द फर्स्ट थिंग. देन सेकंड, देयर हैज़ बीन अ ब्रीच ऑफ ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल देयर वाज अ सेंस ऑफ ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर, राइट. ये पहले प्रूफ करिए कि द डिफेंडेंट इज लायबल फॉर ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर. सेकंड, दैट ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर हैज़ बीन ब्रीच्ड, मतलब कि वो ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर जो है ब्रीच कर दिया गया, तोड़ दिया गया है, उस ड्यूटी को पूरा नहीं किया गया. एंड थर्ड इज द ब्रीच ऑफ द ड्यूटी टू केयर रिजल्टेड इन द हार्म सफर्ड बाय द क्लेमेंट, एंड ड्यू टू दैट ब्रीच ऑफ ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर, राइट, द क्लेमेंट हैज सफर्ड सम टाइप ऑफ हार्म. ठीक है, वी कैन से दैट देयर आर 3 स्टेप्स इन establishing a tort of negligence. First of all, that it has to be proved that defendant has a duty of care towards the claimant. Secondly, that duty of care has been breached, and due to that breaching of duty of care, that claimant has suffered a loss or a harm has been done to him or her. Fine. So we will understand these 3 stages one by one. Duty of care. See, literally I have explained you that what is duty of care. Duty of care means that being a party, you were supposed to, being a defendant, you were supposed to take care of the claimant out of any relationship, right? So for a better understanding, just we will go through a case. Here a case has been given. It is a English case of Dano versus Stevenson. Dano versus Stevenson, 1932 English case. Here Stevenson and Stevenson was a company which was in the manufacturing of soft drinks, cold drinks or soft drinks. A drink, just being more precise, being more general. And Dono was a person who was the customer of that drink. He had a drink of that company, that is Stevenson's. Fine. So what happened? द क्लेमेंट डनो ड्रैंक अ सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक मैन्युफैक्चर्ड बाय द डिफेंडेंट स्टीवेंसन। ठीक, स्टीवेंसन जो है वो ड्रिंक बनाते थे, ठीक है, सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक, और जो डनो है उन्होंने पिया। द ड्रिंक हैड अ डिकम्पोज्ड स्नेल इन द बॉटल दैट मेड द क्लेमेंट इल। बॉटल में एक डिकम्पोज्ड स्नेल निकल गया, ठीक है, उसको पीने की वजह से आपके जो डनो हैं वो बीमार पड़ गए। द कोर्ट हेल्ड दैट द मैन्युफैक्चरर ओड ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर टू दोज हु आर रीजनेबली फोर्सिबल टू बी अफेक्टेड बाय द प्रोडक्ट। अब यहाँ पे क्या है, स्टीवेंसन सॉफ्ट ड्रिंक बनाते हैं, ठीक है, सो इट वॉज ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर ऑफ स्टीवेंसन टू सी इन टू द क्वालिटी ऑफ द प्रोडक्ट, राइट, कि इसको हम ऐसे बनाएं, इसकी इतनी केयर के साथ इसको बनाएं, बॉटलिंग करें, पैकिंग करें, कि इसको पीने वाले इसको पी के बीमार न पड़ें, ठीक है, राइट। सो हियर इट हैज़ बीन एस्टैब्लिश दैट there was a sense of duty of care on the part of Stevenson's, right? So here the claimant Duno has proved that yes, the Stevenson company had this duty of care towards me. तो पहली स्टेज कंप्लीट हो गई, right? That there was a sense of duty of care towards the customers. Now ब्रीच ऑफ ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर, दैट इज वो ड्यूटी ऑफ केयर जो है तोड़ दी गई, ऑब्वियसली तोड़ दी गई, राइट, एज आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड यू इन द केस दैट it was the duty of the manufacturer that to maintain the quality of the product right from its inception to its reaching to the customer, but that has been breached. Why breached? अब बॉटलिंग के वक्त ही तो उसमें घोंघा गिर गया ना, द स्नेल, एंड विच was the primary reason for the illness of that customer. So breach has been committed here, the duty of care has been breached, and due to that breach of duty of care the claimant fall ill, that is harm to the claimant occurred. So in this case it has been proved that it was a negligence tort of negligence on the part of Stevenson's and company, and towards whom? Towards Mr. Duno. One more example has been given. In the second example, the apartment catches fire because of petrol being stored in the basement causing damages to the tenants. Obviously, अगर आप if you are the owner of the apartment, then you are supposed to look after the security and protection of the tenants. Now if you are storing petrol in the basement and due to any reason it catches fire, obviously it was of your duty of care and you have breached that, and due to that breach लोगों का सामान जल गया, कोई व्यक्ति भी जल सकता है, there may be loss of life and property. So here again it will be termed as negligence, tort of negligence. Now we will see the third category, that is strict liability. What is this strict liability? क्या होता है? See, liability मतलब होता है उत्तरदायित्व, होता है ना, and strict means strictly, आप means you are strictly liable for this thing, right? Like in the case of intentional it was a purposeful tort, in case of negligence it was negligency, and in strict liability it is just that you being owner of anything which can cause harm to a person, being owner of anything which can cause harm to a person, if uh, somebody is harmed due to that object or that living thing, then it is your strict liability to take the to look after it that nobody is harmed due to that thing, right? Strict liability torts do not care about the intention or carelessness. See, there is यहाँ पे intention की भी बात नहीं हो रही है, नहीं negligence की बात हो रही है, of the defendant when the defendant caused the injury. The claimant does not have to establish any sort of or level of blame attributable to the defendant based on the intention or the degree of carelessness. Strict liability is available in a very limited context. For example, understand it by an example. Where the defendant's animals may cause an injury to the claimant, or where the defendant is involved in an unusually hazardous activity like blasting dynamite. Let's elaborate these two examples. If the defendant possesses an animal with a known and unusual dangerous tendency, say a dog that bites, the defendant is strictly liable for the harm resulting from the dangerous tendency of the dog. किसी के पास कुत्ता है जो कि उसको पता है कि ये काट लेता है किसी को, ठीक है, और किसी ने काट लिया कुत्ते ने, राइट? सो हार्म हुआ है ना, क्लेमेंट को हार्म हुआ है, और लाइबिलिटी किसकी बनती थी? लाइबिलिटी उसकी बनती थी जिसने ऐसा काट खाने वाला कुत्ता पाल रखा है, ठीक है। तो ये किस केस में जाएगा? ये टॉर्ट हुआ है, गलती तो हुई है, क्रिमिनल एक्ट तो नहीं है ना ये, इट इज़ जस्ट अ सिंपल रॉन्ग डूइंग, बट इट इज़ अ रॉन्ग डूइंग, सो इट विल गो इन द कैटेगरी ऑफ स्ट्रिक्ट लाइबिलिटी। मान लीजिए पटाखे की फैक्ट्री चलाते हैं किसी रेजिडेंशियल एरिया से थोड़े दूर पे ही सही, ठीक है, तो उसमें ब्लास्ट हो जाए, किसी की मौत हो जाए या घर में आग लग जाए, किसकी लाइबिलिटी हुई? पटाखे